Let's continue with the hairstyle. We'll try to finalize the character here in this last video. If you want to paint the character texture, aside from painting it in Blender, you can also use the external application to help you augment the texture. As you can see, I can just simply paint by select the color, and paint on the shape of the 3D surface, so the texture get edited, and you could just simply save it out. I will just press Ctrl C to undo it. So uh, you notice that I have some information here being shown out. It is coming from the plugin called Quick Edit. It's not actually a plugin, but it's just a feature of the Blender that not many people are aware of. So I just watched the tutorial on the Twitter, and I could just want to share it with you as well. So you could just simply go to File, Edit, Preference. Under the file part here, you can identify the image editor software. It could be anything, but I just linked to Krita. And Krita is a free open source image editor that is very quite useful to draw the illustration. So when you already have the texture assigned to the object, make sure you click the object and go to the texture pen. In the shader window here, make sure you click the texture that you want to manipulate it. Inside the Tool tab, you could just go down under the option here. There will be the word external. And this external here, you can assign the numbers of the resolution that the software will try to capture the viewport you have here to the external browser. If you click Quick Edit here, whatever you have here will be passed into the external program that you set. So in this case, it is Krita. So as you can see, these viewport are being snapshot to Krita. So to create a new augmented that you want to draw on, click plus icon here to create a new layer, and you can go wide with your painting. I didn't have much brush here, so I will just simply use some random brush in Krita, and maybe just use the color picker to pick the skin color, make it a little darker. Darker this way, right? And I could just simply use the maybe this blush and try to freehand brush, yes, and try to paint the information on the face. So maybe we could just try to paint something here. Make this character look like he come from the Fox movie, that he just have a lot of dirt around this face. Maybe this is too much. So maybe you can try to experiment with this technique a little. Alright, and then when you're satisfied with your editing, just hide the background layers. And this is all of the content that you add. Go to File and Save. Just confirm. When you finish the confirmation, you could just go back to the viewport here and click Apply. The content that you have here will map back to your surface. This is quite an effective tool to edit the texture from outside. If you reload the data here, you notice that everything is a miss. But if you click apply again, all the texture you just have are coming back. So I mean, if you wish, you could just save the current image data and have permanently the editing effect that you edit from the external software. So just keep that in mind. And aside from that, let me continue creating the outer part of the character, which is the hairstyle. I've just try to hide this scene. We have our lovely character here. He has the clothing. Yes, we have it, right? So we'll try to create more detail for this character via the several modeling technique, but in this video I will try my best to stick to the basic. For the basic mean, I will try to use the simplify technique as much as possible to form the shape that is recognizable as the character. So we might want to bring some reference for the character hairstyle a bit. So I will just bring in some image into the software called PureRef here, so that I can just always set the window to be always on top. So if I set it to be on top, I can play around in Blender and you still have the reference image on. You could also drag it into the Blender like we do last time, drag it into the ref image. For now, I will just use this window because it's just quite, convenient. When you put the hairstyle in, you would want to push several angles of the hairstyle. For example, I can just add another image here. And as you can see, you would need at least font and size of the reference for the hairstyle. So try your best to find the reference you like and maybe use it for the modeling in this unit. So let's just start with the hairstyle. If I were to draft the hairstyle, you would want to have the strand of the hair. But in this 3D modeling, we have just a very low, what is it called, about 7,000. You would not want to create a small hair strand that leading out of the character like this. You would just try to what what do I say? Try to simplify it into a patches of the hair strand. So you can just try to approximate the hair into the patch of the rectangle shape like this. And if you keep adding the patches, you can guess, we can cover the head area quite easily. Right, so we can just create the approximation of the hair. If you have the knowledge of the hair, you just realize that hair always start from one center point. So you might want to set it up whether it is in the middle, left or right hand side, and then try to just approximate out the strand in other direction. So the reference might help you to adjust the strand into the front view or the side view. You could either start with the shape of the head, or you just use the curve to create the patches of the strand. Or you could simply create a plane and use that plane to simulate the direction of the hair strand. So in my opinion, maybe the curve could be a good starting point. So let's just put the cursor around the vertex from the strand here. Let's just say that I want all the hair start from where it is. Maybe around here at the center of the head of the character. So we could simply use this starting point and remember it, right? View, 3D cursor, and cursor to selected, and go back to the object mode. Let's make sure that we clean up this collection a bit. So let's just select the model that represent our own character here. For the plane, this plane is the belt, right? So we just call it belt pin. So let's just select all of the objects that represent the character and press M. Create a new collection called characters. For me, we have th as a proportion, so we just say 3h. Yeah. And let's just try to add a new collection here called test hair, so that whenever you add a new vertex, it will be on this collection. So I mean you can just turn on and off, right, to hide them. Press add, and this time select the curve, and uh, in the trend that we create the hair, we can use Bezier or the path. The path will be the curve that is similar to the Bezier, but you can see that the control point you didn't use two handheld to rotate or tilt, but you just simply control the control vertex here and let the path be manipulated based on the approximation of the vertices. So there are two approaches here, but let's start with the Bezier for now. If it doesn't suffice, you can try to change to path later on. So add Bezier. So let's try to click around the Bezier curve and check its transformation first. Right now, everything is at the identity except the location, of course, but let's see. If we try to rotate this Bezier curve on this axis, you notice that the rotation x just changed from 87. So basically, it just up in the y direction. So let's change it to 90 right now. Because right now we work on the C up direction. You could just Control A and apply rotation. Alright, and let's just check that the object that holds the curve here has the reference point at this location because we add it here. So we could just go into the edit mode and then try to shift select multiple selection these two control point or press A. And why don't we just try to move it using the G key or move to like this. With this knowledge, it means we can try to manipulate the whole line of the vertices like this, right? And while trying to keep one of the control point at the center or at the let's say uh, starting of the hair. So this would be the easiest way to visualize the shape of the hair. So for now on, let's just say that from the middle here, I would want to put the starting of the hair a little bit in inside the head, and then between these 2 points, I will just put this point into here, and simply go to the side view and push it around here. Because we want this first haircut, right? So we would need to adjust the rotation of this tube. So you could just try to rotate it, and see you have the curve that generates from the Bezier curve. Try to Alt-S to change it. You cannot change it, sorry, because we didn't add the shape to it. So why don't we just go to the curve here, maybe 6 or 7. We used to use 7, right, for the belt, and try to go to the round here and go to about 0.01. You get the line that represent the the volume of the hair. So just increase the offset a bit. No, sorry, just include the extrude a bit. You just get the line that represent a strip of the hair. I would not want the hair strip to have this much, you know, subdivision around here. So I will just reduce the resolution to 0. And how many vertices we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just the 6 vertices. So I will just click a fill cap so that it fill the side with the triangle like this. So since we have the approximation of the shape, let's just go to the object mode and use the benefit of random color assignment for us. If you press Alt S, the extrusion will be a little smaller like this. But you could just press S normally and reduce, let's say manipulate the location of the control anchor. So basically you would want to use the control anchor to your benefit and try to create the shape that fit in with the hairstyle you want. You could just use Ctrl T to tilt the direction of the hair. So when you tilt, just remember you just move your mouse a little in the direction. So you could just create a twisted hair like this by the tilt. But for now I press CSC. Simply for the first hair strand here, I will try to form the quick bigger hair shape here. So let's just subdivide the hair strand a bit and move this control point out so that you can have the bigger is not always better, right? So just move the hair here and maybe tilt it so that it bend into the right direction. Control T tilt and maybe rotate it so that it can be used to representing the shape of your first major hair strand. You could simply, rotate it a bit so that it form the shape that look like the not directly straight haircut here. So tilt it a bit. Observe the wireframe. Sometimes, let me try it again. Turn on the wireframe. Right click, add to quick favorite. We turn on the wireframe and see the shape that come from the hair strand. Well, it's not that bad and it's not that good. So but you can just approximately use this to form the hair shape for now. I will try to rotate. Let's see whether can I rotate it or not. Because I would want the shape to come out from the inside of the head, so I will just scale it in like this. You might want to add another control point so that you can just create the volume on top of the head. So in this aspect, you could just use any modifier that you think it fit to add the hair in the way that you just add minimum hair possible. So let's just scale this up so that it cover a lot of area. Just Ctrl T to tilt it, and I will try to position it so that it cover as much as space as possible. Alright, quite difficult, but it is good enough. Let's just rename this Bezier curve to be Bezier curve hair strand, so that when we duplicate this one, it's gonna have the name that indicate it is the hair strand data. You could just duplicate a new curve inside the edit mode to have the object with many curves as possible. So depend on your preference. You could just X to delete it. You could just simply duplicate the object itself, and then when you move, remember that the center of the object are updated. So I would just copy it and click everything and move things in the edit mode. So that you don't have the issue of the hair move out from the reference point you want. So in this case, this hair strand is a little broken around this starting point. So I will need to fix the sizing or bending angles a little bit here. So let's just try to Control T a bit. It might become a little broken around here don't worry, we will just approximate the hairstyle here. So you could just add another loop cut and fix the volume. So I will try to do it and add another loop cut and use it to control the volume at the starting point of the tip. You see that the artifact here is getting missing. So I will try to tilt the reference hair and push it in inside the head. So we would not have the space that doesn't have the hair. So just put it like this. Let's try this one again. Control T a bit. And I might add one of the subdivision here and push it and push the subdivision up a bit. Alright, I will just make it a little bigger. So continue the flow. This one need to be rotated a little. Try to make the hair just fall on top of each other like this. And for this hair view, I will try to rotate or move this move this bending a little. And for this one, why don't we just try to do the opposite and try to form the shape that let us form the hair. So let's make this strand a little bigger, add more subdivision and control the sizing. Alright, two basic hair strand already add. So from the side view, if you already have the hair strand, maybe a little this one, right? Maybe a little down here. Let's just approximate them roughly like this. Alright. For this one, why don't we just, be careful about this, alright? It get overlapped. For this side, I will just duplicate all of this line again. And from now on, I will need the reference point. So let's just move this a little bit up like this. I will just duplicate all the line here. Shift D. And I will just use reference point with the 3D cursor, which is this location. And I will just just go to the top view and rotate it to the side like this. So you could just modify the hair strand that go in this direction. I just simply noticed that if you look at the texture version, our ear is a little bit too high, right? When you have an ear, you normally have the ear around this line. So we basically want to move the ear down a little. And I will just move the, just change it into bounding box first. Move the ear down. Alright. And push it back a little so that the end of the ear just kind of connect to the neck. And just go back to the object mode. So I will try to simulate this bigger strand first. I will not just move it down. I will not move it down that much. Just simply make a shape that stick to the head like this. Alright. Not that bad. A little bit in, so that you don't have the empty space around the hair. Okay, it can overlap itself a little bit, but you could just try to manage the overlapping yourself like this. Alright, let's just add another one. For this side, I will try to duplicate it again and use the 3D cursor reference point, rotate it out like this, and create a folding of the hair. You can push this object up a little, but you see that if I move things in the object mode, you see that the angle of the rotation will get different this time. So with this in mind, you would want to apply the transformation at the later stage. So I will just simply tell you that I will just click all 4 of them and Control A and apply all, let's say apply the location for now, so that every hair strand will have the location applied at the center of the world origin. We will have the benefit from doing so in the futures, but for now just rotate this hair strand out and try to form the shape that you could just extrude the line, and you don't if the original shape is good enough, change it back to bounding box centers, right? You could just expand on the line that you already managed well. So I will just use this one, always make it a little bigger and make the hair that try to cover the ear. So I will just smaller this part down, and for the hair like this we want more subdivision, so that we could just make it bend around the ear a little. Just Control T to tilt the direction a bit, like this. We might not have the full position that make the hair look like the reference as exactly as possible here, but we will just try our best. Control T, tilt it a bit. Control T, tilt it a bit. And for now, simply approximate it as base would be good enough. So the character seem to be a little bit more, look like a character that have the hairstyle. So I will just simply add another small line here to cover this part of the face. You could just use this one, just use 3D cursor, top view, shift D, and in the edit mode, normally I forgot to do this, so that's why the transform get different. Rotate it up a bit, and at the end of line here, maybe you could just try to scale in the line so that it just look a little sharper. And this one, move it out of the face, and this one, if you need more resolution here, you could just subdivide more dot and tilt it up, or maybe push it out a little bit. Alright, just tilt it out. Alright, and push it out a little. Alright, not that exactly match the reference, but it's good than nothing. Okay, for the back part here, we will need some strategy here, but let's just fix the side part here. Let's just add another strand so that it doesn't look like you didn't have much hair. So just use the 3D cursor, duplicate this strand again. I will just use edit mode to rotate so that the transform would look to be the same. If you keep rotating, you notice that the hair sometimes bending out too much to create the cavity around the strand. So bending it in, Control T as a whole to shift or to tilt the line, and push this tool out. And I will just move this one up a little, and Alt S to make it a little sharp. You could just have the perception of the sharp strand here. Control here a little, and Control T tilt. Alright. While adjusting the shape like this, I found out that the another side of the hair could have the similar hair. So we could just sorry, use the benefit of the Miller modifier and try to mirror this set of the side hair 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You could just join them into one single object, or you could just simply add the Miller modifier to each one of them. So for now, let's say I would prefer to apply the Miller modifier to all of them for now. So just click one that you want to mirror and apply the Miller modifier. Set the Miller object to be the head, and you will have some Miller counterpart, and you can just adjust this to by yourself. I mean, just later on. You just click the rest of the hair that you want to copy the modifier, and click the last one that already have the modifier under the object, and let's just move it down here. Under the object and the link, there will be the option called copy modifier. Transfer data from active object to the selected object. Active object is the last one that we selected. So everyone will have Miller modifier that have the same setup as the first one you selected. Very useful. So with this in mind, let's just check the preview version of your character. Okay, he or she doesn't look like being bored anymore. So we could try to add a few more variation of the shape. And then at the side view, if you want the hair that look like this, you need to dry the hair into one single location like this. So you could either duplicate the half back of the character head here and use the scalp but to fake the line of the hair using clips. Maybe we can try it out here. I'm not sure is this a good idea, but anyways, some people try to mix and match different techniques, so you don't need to stick to one single technique at a time. So for now, I will try to fix this overlapping area. I don't want it to be that obvious. And let's see, we already covered this location for the hair. So why don't we just edit the first hair a little so that it bend quite nicely. So let's just rotate it based on the bounding box. Right. So I will just make it a little sharper, and this one, maybe this one, a little smoother, so that it look much much more natural. All right, Control T a bit to reduce the extrusion area. Let's try to create a few more strands. Let's just adjust this a little so that it bend well enough. All right. Let's just add a few more front hair. I will just use this hair as the reference. So I will just select this hair, duplicate it, and turn off the mirror for now. And then on the top view, I will just go to the edit mode and reference with the 3D cursor in case I want to rotate the hair around. Right, you could just use Ctrl T to tilt the hair as we do in the auto path, and try to fill in the hair on these angles. So tilt it. So try to bring the sequence or like the tie of the hair to make it look natural. The distance between this control point did matter to create the good smooth surface of the hair. So try to not to create much overlap with this technique. Maybe move it out a bit to reduce the overlapping area, and maybe this one. Alright, change back to bounding box here. For now, I want to fix this issue, this one, right? All right, with this. So that would be almost okay for now. Duplicate it again, and inside the object mode, inside the edit mode, 3D cursor again, rotate it on the top view like this, and just move it up like this in the side view. So try to create another receiving layer of the font here. So I will just push this to bending up like this. Alright, that would be approximation that represent the area enough for now. Just try to rotate it to make it a little sharper like this. OS. Alright, you can add several more hair around the side. For example, we can use this red hair and try to go to edit mode, shift D first, duplicate it, go into the edit mode and use it to add another outer leaf here for the hair, for the side. Chip, chip. I still use anchor point as the let's just go to the side view. I still use the anchor point as the 3D cursor. So let's just add this here so that it represents the volume on the side. From the side view, maybe it's just a little extrude too much. So I will push it close to the side of the head. Yeah. Let's just tilt this a bit and tilt this a bit. Alright, for now we have a good proportion of the hair. Maybe the starting point, as you can see, it's just a little broken here. So let me try to rotate it a bit and try to move it out. I believe this issue comes from over tilt and the over rotated. So maybe I can try to move this around and rotate this around. Alright, maybe it's just about the rotation and scale. Don't worry about this, alright? We use this as the placeholder for the hair. So if it doesn't broke the topology much, just leave it at that. Right, and you can also apply the millers. Just simply mirror with the head. And for this one in particular, I will just go to edit mode, shift D, and with the 3D cursor on, I will just shift D and rotate it several times to create the volumes of the upper leaf. And you could even try to shift D and rotate it into the front like this. Alright, and from the back side here, you could have the hair that try to go into the middle part here. So we could use the Bezier curve, or we could just use the head at the latter half of the head and make it just like the shape that come from the hair volume. So why don't we just try it out? Go to the edit mode and enable the wireframe. Select some vertices that could represent this area of the face. So I will try to cover this face as well. Since the vertices around the head is not mirror anymore, so you would want to pick carefully what vertex you would want to use as this shape. So I will just duplicate this part out, Shift D, Enter, and I will just press P and separate the selection. So with this being said, you could just try to add the solidify to the shape of what you just created. So maybe in the character here, I will just go back to the object mode, right? And solidify here will be add to the head. Just no, we don't need it, sorry. So for the part that we duplicated out, let's just see hair, back, volumes. Let's just solidify it a bit so that it has the volume with either 1 or 0. So we'll use 1 so that it just extrude out. And what about the resolution? Do we have enough resolution? Maybe we could just subdivide it one time so that we have enough the vertices to be prey, and apply solidify and subdivision surface. So we have the back part of the hair. Let's just use the scalp but try to inflate like the layer up a bit so that it cover part of the hair that you want to simulate it. Use the graph with the infrared to fine tune the shape. Make sure that it cover the majority area of the head. Don't let the head shoot out, alright? With this, I will try to cover the area that the hair strand from Bezier might not be able to cover. Don't worry if it overlaps with the strand, we can fix the strand later. For now, let's make the hair shape here represent the back of the head. Alright, let's push this, let's see, we have overlap area around here. Push it down a little. Alright, push it down a little from here. So for now, let's just say we might want to work with this level of detail, and you will see that you will have the line like this, right? So use the crease bus and shift 1 to go to the back, or use the back icon here. Crease bus, and you can use the X symmetry and try to use the soft crease brush. Use minus. In this case, try to draw the middle line in the center of this hair first, and then from the side view make 45 degrees. You can just try to add the line like this reference. So I will try to add, it's just too strong, so I will just a little line here that add the perception that there is some geometry that try to go to the center line here. Alright, I will try to crease around here as well. So it just kind of create a silhouette of the shape. So I hope you get what I'm doing. Alright, and with this we could just crease around here, or maybe a little too much, just grab them out. So after that, we could just try to fix the silhouette around here, and you notice here, right, that the Bezier just shooting in. So we would want to fix this hair, but for now I try to play around and make the hair nice to look at in all directions. And with that being said, I go back to the object mode and edit this one. For this one, it just bugged me that it need to be pushed up a little, and I would want to eliminate this visual artifact here, as you can see, and this one up a little. And from the side view, this one just dig too deep into this hair. So I will just try to push it up like this, push it up like this. Alright. So least but not last, but we will try to create the quick volume of the hair here. The quick volume of the hair can be easily made by using the pad or using the scalp brush. This time try to use the pad rather than the Bezier so that you can see the difference. Since the cursor is here, I will just put the add and select the curve and select the pad this time. When I select the path, remember that again, where is the reference that control the scale or the sizing of the path. The path is usually the line that draw from start to the end. So again, if you just control the control point, the path will get interpolated into the in between of the control point. So from this center of the head, I will just select everything in the edit mode and go to the top and try to bend the part a little. So I know that I either 90 degree or minus 90 degree. So I will just say 90 degree for now. And after that, I will try to scale the part in so that it can just start at the center of the reference point, and I will go back to the object mode for now. Let's just put the part into the location that we might want to make it start making the volume of the hair. So let's just put it in, let's see, around here, just inside the head. And then go to the edit mode and try to bend the part. You could just guess how to bend the part by select the vertices, and one vertices like even number here will control the bending point, and the odd number here would eventually create the location that the part would follow through. So try to bend the part so that it form the shape that look like this from the side view. Alright, and similar to the curve of the Beziers, we could just try to go to the curve setup. The resolution is the curve net of the part. So if you set it to 6, the part will become a little blocky. Even if the 1, it will be like this, just only the control point. So let's just set it to about 3 for now. And then under the geometry, we could just say extrude for now. With the part extrude, as you can see, you have the volume of the part being added. And with the round here, you could just add the depth of the part. You notice that the part here will create something that very round compared to the Bezier's version. So I would just say that I understand why some people say the part or the Bezier is, is very different from each other. If you reduce the resolution, the cut on the side will be much less detailed. So I'll just set the retail to 1 for now. And when I go in and edit the part, I could just try to use the same method. Alright, change the radius by Alt S. Let's just change the cursor to bounding box. It can be very large with this part. Just extrude this one in. so that you have the starting point. It's just like a character from the Dragon Ball though. So I would want to extrude and scale this in, so that it just like the part that scale up and scale down. It just like the hairball, not the tail of some monster. So let's just try to control the size of the overall shape here, uh, like this for the hair. A little bit big if I have to say. So let's try to reduce this size. You could just Alt S and click the X to make the sizing along some specific axis. If I try, it just changing the value of one direction, but it might not work. But still, better try it, right? So let's just try it like this, and Alt S X X Y Z doesn't matter. It just make the part bigger or smaller this way. Control T to tilt similarly. If you found out that you cannot have the part, the size or the reference that you want, another option is to create the shape that control how the bevel is working. So for example, right now we call rounded, right? So it just like it use the round sphere here to extrude the shape of the part. So if you just simply get the idea, why don't we just create the shape that they're gonna use as a reference instead? So Shift A here and add the curve and call maybe a nurb circle. A nurb circle is a circle that generates from the part. So you could just bring it all around here. And then with the nurb circle here, let's try to look at from the top view and reduce this one in a little. And just move this side by SX. You cannot move it at the same time, right? Okay, SX, yes, this one. And move it down like this. For this one, try to move it up and try to form a shape like this. So I say again, aside of circle, why don't we just try to create some kind of the shape that could form the hairline for us. So if we just satisfied with this result for now, let's name it the nurb circle hair template. If we try to select the part we have and click the object instead, and if you click the shape that you just simply create, we will use this shape to form the extrusion of the part. So let's try to go to the edit mode and simply Alt S1, Alt S0, so that you are resetting every scale. So let's just Alt S out a little by little from this part. So let's just see Alt S. You see that the resolution of the part that is being created, you see this shape is showing up already. The resolution of the part that you create will depend on the resolution of the shape that you use as a reference. So the reference just create from the nurb circle, which means it has the number of the resolution that affect the sizing of the part already. So let's just create the lovely shape here first. You see that it looks much more better compared to the rest. So just press E out here and make it a little smaller here and click fill cap, so that it just fill the endpoint here for you. And right now our shape here just look like the ponytail now, so make it a little bigger here and dig it into the head. But for my liking, I would just say a little smaller and push everything except the first one in. You will just like you have a large ponytail here. Alright, and with that you know that the shape you can manipulate it in this way, right? So we kind of guess that this is the inside of the shape that we have, so we could just manipulate this shape by edit this direction. Very simple, so you could just simply edit by subdivide the part and maybe perhaps uh, add uh, add the shape. Uh, in fact, let me see. This is the endpoint, right? So you could just manipulate the shape this way. So I believe when we subdivide the part, you need to have the specific number. Right, you have to add 2 of them. So what about this one? Subdivide the part. Yes, so you can have more control over how the shape is being generated. Just see it like this. Like this one, as you can see. Just like this, you don't need to add detail by yourself, but just use the control point to control how the ponytail is being extruded. So you could make it a little flatter here. Very lovely. And with that being said, you would want to keep this until you didn't want it anymore. I mean, try to back up it in the location that you would find. So I would just say change the name hair template, hair ponytail, obj, and just press M and create a new collection, nurb template, and this would be kept separately. So that's why you would not need to do this again. You could even import this to other application. So let's just click on here first and update the nerve circle here with the lower resolution. When you lower the resolution, it means the subdivision between the curve here will get changed. So just about 0 to just about 1 should be enough resolution for our low poly character. And that being said, you could just try to see the shape of the character. You could just hide this out. Alright, and you got your character hairstyle already. Don't forget to change the color here to match the color of your hair. So I will just set the material here. Create a new one, right? Simple hair. Let's just assign the base color to be dark blue, shall we? Just copy the hex code unless you want to do anything with it, and select all the object. Since you have the Bezier generate the shape, it is not actually the object in the sense that you could just unwrap and do the texture mapping right away. But for now, you could just at least link the material, select the head again, and remember the shortcut like object, link, and link material, so that you will have the material showing up in almost every part. For this small hair as well, you could even link it yourself here, simple hair. And for the ponytail, simple hair. Turn off the wireframe to see the result. Not that bad for your first character. And you could just play a little bit about the color shading of the materials. Save first and try to add the, let's say if you reduce the roughness, your hair will become the plastic glasses. So just move the roughness about 0.4. I mean the hair could be a little reflective. Add the sheen so that you have a side glowing on this side of the hair. And hair normally are semi-transparent, so you would have the color being seen through the hair. So subsurface scatter is the algorithm that let you see through the underneath color of the specific material. So it's just like a human skin. Underneath we have the blood vessel. So our skin will be a mixed color of the melanin color and the red of the blood cell. So we could just try to use this fake perception with the hair. So why don't we just use the maybe yellows, yellow. I would just want to say gold, but it just kind of I select the yellow brown. Maybe this could be dark enough for the gold. Let's just set the subsurface color like this and add the property of the subsurface a bit by 0.35, and you see that it just like your blue hair has the underneath colors of the glowing gold growing out. If you want to minify the subsurface result, just reduce the number a bit and your hair will have the nice glow on it. If you think the face is a little bit flat, feel free to add the brow as a polygon. Before we move on, let's just say that you could just convert this curve into the vertex by right click and convert it to the mesh. So there will be other trick to make the curve into the mesh in the way that you could use it in other real-time application. So keep in touch and have fun during the the hairstyle. And please note that aside from the ponytail, you could just use part for all of the hair rather than Bezier, depend on how convenient or how familiar or how fast you can use the tool. For now, bye bye.